remain hopeful that you don't just mill 4 cards. Hey, we get a decent chunk there. Down to 22 after 2. Down to 10, I think we might get this. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Today, we have, the hero that we truly all need. Mill is back on top, baby. Is it? Is the name of the game, and we're going to be copying some mill cards. We've got the Rune Crab in here, of course, as well. On our way to Mythic, pushing up through Platinum. We'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, showcase all of that within the gameplay footage, and then finally wrap up with our final thoughts. If you want to support the channel, just leave a thumbs up for the kitty, and maybe even subscribe to the channel if you're looking to see more of us on your feed. Let's take a look at the deck. All right, here we are, really quick. I guess my transition got reset. I don't know where that went. We used to have like the Hello Good Game Phoenix pop up, but it was loud and obnoxious anyways. Am I right? Whatever, bro. So, do you guys know Mojo Rogue? He's a Twitch streamer, very goofy goober, if you will, but he just reached Mythic rank number 2, I think? Definitely number 4 confirmed, and I think he was going for number 1. May not have gotten it, but confirmed number, well, not confirmed, I think number 2 as well. But with that being said, why is this deck so good? Can't figure it out. It's just in the current meta, seems to be an amazing matchup. We are playing with only standard cards minus the Forsaken Crossroads, right? This doesn't have to be in the build. If you want to play it in the standard queue, you are welcome to. However, if you want to play it in the Alchemy queue, I really do recommend that, and of course Mojo does as well. That's where he's been playing and reached Mythic with this deck. Personally, I've been a little busy on New Year's, hanging out with some families and friends who've been in town, who haven't been here for quite some time, which has been really nice. So we're letting Mojo do the heavy lifting, and I'm here to showcase it for you guys today. Follow them on Twitch, and yeah, this deck is just positioned so well within the Alchemy meta right now, even though there's no Alchemy cards within it. The Rune Crab. This is what you want to see in your opening hand. 0-3 for 1 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, each player mills 3 cards. Now, our objective is to mill our opponent from 60 down to 0 as quickly as possible, and the crab is a great way to gain consistent mill because you're going to be playing a land most turns. The crabs will also stack, which gets a little bit obnoxious, but that's kind of what we're looking for because, it's not like the meta is in a healthy spot and we're bringing this degenerate deck into play. It's like, it's already pretty aggressive, so it's like, yeah, why not just show up to the party in our birthday suit? Anywho, we have more mill within the deck through the casting and copying of spells. The 2 mill cards here are Tasha's Hideous Laughter for 3 mana sorcery speed. Each opponent exiles from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. Land, 0 mana value, right? We really like this. Very good against the aggro decks, a little bit less effective against some of those more meatier mid-range decks. And then secondly, Maddening Cacophony for 2. We can kick it for an additional 4, total of 6 if we choose to. At sorcery speed, each opponent mills 8 cards. If this spell was kicked, instead, they'll mill half of their library rounded up. Okay, so that's actually pretty goofy, but it's fairly expensive, right? Especially if we're going to be copying that, potentially for as low as 7 through the Foretold Dual Strike. 2 mana instant speed whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell with mana value 4 or less this turn. Copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy, right? So we can get this over into the Foretell zone early on and maybe potentially use it for 7 mana to kick the Cacophony for a half mil and then a half mil again. And that should be fairly good. However, keep in mind that maybe 8 and 8 would be more, right? Do the math on these cards, because if they're already down, say, to 30 cards, and you're doing half and half, down to 15, down to 7, you're getting 20 some odd cards, 22 cards maybe, and you could potentially instead save mana, triple copy it, right? Because it only costs 2, so maybe you've got 2 double strikes. It's like double strike, 2 mana. Here's a Cacophony for 2 mana again. We've spent 4 mana now, and we're going to get that same effect, right? And now we have other mana on that turn to do other things, right? So keep in mind to do your math on the Cacophony, right? On half of their library, if you're going to be copying it, of course. And then the other copy spells, Galvanic Iteration for 2, Flashback for 3, which means we can cast it from the grave. Instant speed, and whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, right? Great stuff here. We can continue to survive through bounce effects. Fading Hope for 1, instant speed, return target creature to its owner's hand. If its mana value is 3 or less, scry 1. Or Divide by 0 for 3, instant speed, returning target spell, which means something on the stack, or a permanent with mana value 1 or greater. So no tokens, no lands, back to its owner's hand. And then you get to learn, which is cool, bringing us into the sideboard. Sciences here, draw land, great on the crabs, gain 2 life for survivability. Teachings for the draw, let's find some more spells, right? We want to be milling our opponent with those mill spells. Start from scratch, you know, you just can destroy the key if you want. It's around. The Illuminate History, if you got a bunk hand, toss it, draw some new stuff, and Mascot Exhibition just kind of fills up the field with some blockers, gives you another turn or two to mill them out. Of course, we have removal through Cathartic Pyre, plus we can sort through our hand here as well, either dealing 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or discarding up to 2 cards and then drawing that many cards, which is fairly decent as well. Similar idea here with Expressive Iteration for 2, looking at the top 3 cards of our library, putting 1 into our hands, 1 into our library, and then 1 into exile for us to cast. This is really good. You know, you can cast this on the start of turn 3 before you've played a land. Put a card into your hand, you know, something goes into your library, and then the land goes into exile, and then you play that land for the turn. So that's kind of what we're doing here. And yeah, that's the deck. Evolving Wilds are double triggers on the crab, of course, which is really cool. And then just, you know, basic Is It Lands with the Crossroads. If you don't have the Crossroads, don't worry, but I'd still recommend playing this deck in the Alchemy queue, even though it doesn't have any Alchemy cards other than the Crossroads. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like the video to show your support and enjoy today's gameplay footage. Going first, crab in hand, tossing the pyre, and it's a mill off. Let's see if we can get there. Two crabs? Never been this lucky. Please don't remove my crab. Please don't remove my crab, sir. I'll take the damage. Okay. Decent 3/3. Second crab. 2 Evolving Wilds. Oh my lord. This is going to trigger quite a few people. These can both be blue sources, I think, right? Maybe one should be a red. That'd probably be safer. Right, because the coast can always act as an island too, right? And just like that, halfway through their deck, down to 30. Big hit. No blocks. I don't really care about our life total too much. I'm worried about what this ghast can do to our crabs if we do block it. Dinger. Decent. Let's hit him with the heater. Down to 13. And if we can top deck a land, we'll win. Maybe I will block it. Probably should have been blocking it this whole time. But I think we have the win without the crabs as well. Dinger in play. They certainly don't want to draw. We get the land. Nice. So that also is just like a big mill, right? Man, it goes out. And then here's another 16. right? Good game. Easy peasy. On the draw, crab in hand. Playing slow, though. Shouldn't matter much. Right to the line. They're like, what is that? I see what kind of match this is going to be. I understand now. Just give them a moment. Crab in play. Guaranteed it gets fried. Wilds for the mill. They target it. We just... Okay, dragons. Dragon! End our turn. They didn't play a whelp on turn 2. This is decent. They do take the crab. So let's grab that mill there. A lot of red in hand here. But we have double blue on Thasha, and the coast can be a red source also. Okay, down to 45. Still not playing. Now that is interesting. Let's expressive to try and pull a crab. Hope to hand. Divide to library. Expressive gets booted out. Blue source in play for hope. Next turn we can dual strike over twice. We have a bounce spell here if we need. Oh no, the orb just sits. Double foretell on the dual strikes. Tasha is not great against the dragon deck because it's like, you know, 6 mana, 5 mana, 4 mana creatures here. Dragon treasure, so this is where it gets risky biscuits here. Let's just get after it. Hopefully, we've got a low to the ground dragon deck. They don't exist, but you know, you gotta remain hopeful that you don't just mill 4 cards. Hey, we get a decent chunk there. Down to 22 after 2. Down to 10. I think we might get this. We have 16 life left. Can we survive, and do we get a big mill? 9 cards after the draw. I think we can get it. Goldspan in play. Hit for 8. That's half of our life total. Now there are 6 more mana available through the treasures. Do they have the burn spells to take us to 0? Tyrant on a land. Down to 6. No problem. We're going to keep the land. Right, we're dead anyway, so just decline. Land out. Laughter on 9 cards. Should get it. If it doesn't, I'll be sad. We do. We do. We do. Boom. Bounce your Dragoon. That one's for fun. That one's for me. This one too. And then we concede, give them the win. I'm kidding. Too early in the season for that. I just like to show the opponent that we had some other cards there. No crab. We risk it for the biscuit. There it is. Let's toss a strike. White must be clerics. It always is, isn't it? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Crab in play, and then we hold up our pyre. Or do we go straight over for the dual strike? Oh, no, we just immediately fire. Right, just you take that right now. You don't give them a chance. Hashtag boom, you dead. No attacks. The wild is pretty cool on the crab. We really needed to kill that voice before it goes to 4 and whatever. What a jerk! Okay, so we're gonna foretell this. Wild's in the blue source, then we can, you know, double down on Tasha. Righteous Valkyrie's good too. If you're wondering what I'm growling about, that's it. I mean, really, it's our only hope. We could kill it. We have 47 cards. That's so many. They do have a lower mana value in the deck, though, so this might be semi-good. Oh, we got 2 Valkyries and the captain. An aura. 2 auras. Okay, so all of the Valkyries in play. Last turn, we bounce a Valkyrie. Need the mill, not the bounce. Let this enter, and then immediately fry it. Or do we fry the Skyclave still? I think we still take the Skyclave. Or no, because this wouldn't have gained life because it would have been out of play. We should have killed the voice. Probably just fucked up. Pardon my language, but it's clutch, right? Higher. Might get it. Crab in hand. Exile or back to library the mountain and then exile the wild supply. Crab out. Wild's in place. Not enough. Still think we're gonna die. Down to 13. We need a really good top deck. Really good top deck. I mean, they're obviously pushing to 27, without a doubt. The voice is still on the ground, though. Cards. Come on, top deck. Going first. Wow, well, what an ideal hand. I will accept this and progress with it. Even to have this dual land there as well, it's like, could it get any better? Turn 1 crab. Turn 2 dual strike over. We'll cast Cacophony for 5, question mark? With the... Oh, Maybe 6? Question mark. These dual strikes are great. Don't want to lose the spell though, right? We only have so many mill cards. Scalds, Moonveil. Interesting. So if we can cast this for 6, it'll be 3 times 8. We might even just want to, if we can get to 6, maybe push it to 7 and copy the kicker. Being greedy, you know what I mean? Being very greedy. Rahilda, you dog. So we went first. This is coming in tapped. Let's take blue in the scry. Land goes. That's scary. You know what I mean? Especially since it's nighttime, because I didn't cast. That was an oversight. So this is going to be a ton of damage. Oh, they're just going with Torloff instead. They're like, you know what? Let's get a little fatter first. I hate Torloff when we're milling, because it puts 4 cards in their deck. Which really hurts. Really hurts. Torloff is a good counter to us. Right, I think we're just basically dead already. We have 5. I think we also just go for it. Let's Galvanic. Dual Strike. Cacophony. We need way bigger mills than this. Like, I think we might just be dead next turn, but oof, maybe we get lucky. On to 17. No attacks. This will cost 3. This will cost 1 for 4. This would be 3 for 7. We can only potentially get to 6, so we're not doing that. Yikes. Okay, so this is another 4 cards to their library, which sucks. That's 8 cards total. And they're hitting for 8, 9, 10, 11. Down to 2. That might save us. So now let's dual strike. Basha. Tasha. The later on we do this, the better, because those 1-drop bolts. Down to 5. Down to 0. And turn. No attacks. Bounce your cutthroat. Throw the crab away. Got him! Just a little fun on the side there. I always like to look. On the draw, yet again. Crab is a go. Hopefully we get some other goods here. Fire's up next as removal, I suppose. They pass over. I'm gonna save that wilds. Just in case. No attacks, end turn. Land in tapped. Take our turn. I miss out. It's okay, it's okay. We'll just hold up the pyre again. Just do the rune crab thing. I don't want to have the crab disappear accidentally. No attacks. End our turn. Holding up Pyre. Okay, so let's Fading Wilds on top of the Fading Hope. For the crab, it's going to be a red source, I suppose. We have another blue source in hand as well. Crab to hand, which I don't care about. I might even just foretell dual strike real quick. Right? And then keep crab in hand so we can protect it with our own divide next turn. There's the key. Woo! Not great. Crab out. Island out. We're at 38. It's not the worst. We pass turn. And I guess we just start dividing their spells. They have 6 mana available. Vault Breaker at 7 with Flash. Let's take our turn. Land in play as a blue source. Ooh, we get a Leer or a Liar. Down to 34. Don't really have any mill. Let's just pass it back. If they do get a Liar out, they have access to everything. We could double Pirate, but they're protecting it already, right? Like, they've got stuff there. Interesting. They definitely have counter magic. Do we want to tap out is the question. I don't think so. I think we just hold up here. We do want to use it. You know, we're copying it twice. It's 3 casts for 24. They're at 33. Not necessarily a problem to bounce the crab back, in all honesty. The teaching is decent. That's going to take them down to 6 mana if they play an untapped. They do. Passing back to us, I can assume. I will pull mana through bouncing of the key, which they probably don't mind. We're at 5. I'm gonna just toss that Pyre. Keep looking for crabs. My turn. I don't know if we played first or not, so the island can... Oh! We didn't play the crab. Okay. There's our first misplay. That actually hurts. I feel bad about that. And we didn't play the slow land. Okay, that turn is an absolute wash. What a yard sale. forgot about the crab. I was like, we gotta get a new crab here. We already had one. Easy to trick HGG. I'm gonna bounce that back. Let's go back to our hand. Toss that pyre again. Another one. I just can't get rid of this thing. Okay. Crab out. LOL. Oh, Crossroads out. This could be a blue source, I guess. Blue, red. They're all good. We get a nice mill there. 5. Do we need 6? Yes. Untap. And then it's Galvanic. Dual strike. Crab's about to get his revenge. Don't you guys worry. Don't you guys worry. The year of the crab. So even if they counter or bounce one of these, you know, we're still getting 2 of them through, which is great. So there's a Wari. To be expected. But look at these mills. Look at these mills. Down to 16. Down to 5. We almost get it. We're close. We're close. We're close. We're close. Can they beat us this turn? Probably. Not withdrawing cards. They need to shuffle back if they can. There's a key. Do they take turns, right? How many copies of Time Warp do they have in hand? 2? 3? Hopefully 0. They discard Windfall. Because they definitely don't want to be drawing more cards, right? Down to 4. Even if they take a bunch of turns, they're drawing on each one of those upkeeps, though. So, something needs to be done here in a hurry with shuffling that graveyard back to the library. Okay, there's Time Warp number 1. Down to 3. Doesn't really get them anywhere. We have 20 life. They are shuffling back. Don't you dare do this to me! Regrowth on the key? When they already had a time... Like, why didn't they just grab that Time Warp back? They must have another in hand. Oh my god. Oh no. What is happening? Burn down the house goes. There it is. That's 2 Time Warps. Do they have a third one? They have to. Of course they do. Oh my gosh. Time Warp City. Right? Down to 2 that means, though. They bounce it back. Then they replay it. I like where this is going, if I'm being totally honest. I think they might wiggle their way through here. Try 2, draw a card. Interesting. Tap, 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 city. Here comes key back in play. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available mana. Here comes another Time Warp for sure. But they need to kill us. Land in play, nice. Doomblade! Not the crab! No, crab's done his part. Land out, Galvanic out. Cacophony goes gaboom skis. For 16, they only had 2. Really doesn't need to be copied, but it's fun. We still have Pyre in hand. No targets for it though, because you know I'd target something if I could. Alright, going first. Turn 1. I guess it won't be a turn 1 crab. It'll be a scry. That's okay, though. Ooh! I'll allow it. Crab into wilds. That's fair. Playable. I guess let's grab another blue source here. Oh. Light up the night. Interesting. So this is a mono red aggro / dragons deck. Still gets the whelp in play. You jerk. Let's just progress as aggressively as we can. They've got high mana value cards here, which isn't always the greatest. Down to 26 though already. Holy Toledos. We can bounce the dragon and just keep milling. We need a second crab. They might have scooped here. They may have just scooped. In their mind, anyways. Oh, they killed the crab. No, we needed that. Alright, I'm gonna scoop. Change of plans. Get that land out of here. Pass turn. We bounce the dragon. It's gonna cost less next time too. It's perpetual. Toss it back real good. Let's just draw a crab organically. Right? They have 7 in hand. Let's play the land. Then that's a difference of 4, so we get to draw 3. And I'm just going to take it. We're just going to mill him out here. Down to 15. We hit him with a laughter. We've been killing it with this deck, you guys. It's an unexpected delight. In a world of dragons and clerics, Azorius control, you know, the Gandalfs be out there. It's nice to just, like, fold through their library. Hit him with the heater. Oh, they have 2 left. No! We'll be fine. Cat's turn. We can bounce something here. Goldspan Drugan. Back to your hand. Let's grab another Teachings. Their hand is so full at this point. We'll get another triple draw, I'm sure. Decline. Down to 8. Play the land. Take the teaching. You don't get it. Uh-oh. We might have to fry the dragon. Right, just hit it for 6. Unless we can get a cacophony at 5%, but I doubt it. That's their last card, so they have to kill us. is. Got Manic out. And then we pyre 3 damage to the one that creates treasures. Luckily, it doesn't create treasures when we target it anymore within the Alchemy format. And if you're curious, this deck only has standard cards. There's no Alchemy cards in the build other than the Crossroads. But, you know, is it that important? They do hit us. If we didn't have that removal, they would have beaten us down to 1. Oh my gosh. We take action, sacrifice the land for the win. You're left with nothing. Right? We don't have anything in hand. There it is. There it is. Woo! That was close. That was close. Woof. That's the Platinum 3 though, and we've, I think, been undefeated, or maybe only lost 1 match on our way through Platinum 4, which is nice. Holy Toledos. Whatever, bro. I think that's what I said to Mojo when he showed me this deck. I woke up so early. This guy must, like, I wake up pretty early. And it was like 3:30 or 4 a.m. And Mojo's messaging me saying to check out this deck that he made it to Mythic. This guy must have been playing all night, right? Hopefully he had a kitty to keep him company. And, you know, massive shout outs to Mojo for showcasing this deck, because I was, in all honesty, struggling a little bit. Wasn't really committed to a specific deck, kind of jumping around, and that may have been my problem. But finally gaining a little bit of traction here, which is nice. And, you know, hopefully we'll be in Mythic soon, and maybe we'll see it on the way there, right? Let me know if you do rank up against me. You know, everybody's jumping by to say hi. We'll give you a good game, stuff like that. You know, have a magical day, you guys. We'll see you in the future. And, yeah, take care.